time to do some painting. 32-foot car trailer. I did some rust repair in a previous video. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. And it's raining here in Yakima, Washington. You know, the 3 times a year it rains. Good day to paint. Anyways, first step was to try to remove all the little things that I don't have to tape. Funny thing about these guys are, they were put on with a self-tapper. I even went ahead to try to modify the outside of a little nut driver and couldn't get it in there. So guess what? She's gonna stay, we're gonna tape it. Had a couple of those. Whoever put them on there, kudos to you, sir. I have no idea how you did that. But a couple of them, where they're like that, couldn't get them off, we'll just tape, that's fine. All the other little markers that I could get off, I did, so we can make it a little easier to tape. So I'm gonna do that. I gotta start peeling off some of this stuff, you know, try to shine her up a little bit. See all the little bubbling and stuff like that we're gonna do right there? All that little, you know, it's just the paint peeling is what it is. It's paint's excited to come off is why it's why it's doing that. Okay. Might try to knock some sense into this thing in a little bit. I'm not really, I mean, on a bend, it's not really gonna be the easiest to bring back around a little bit, but we might try to do something there. Got another little speed hole or weight reduce right here. We may do an old pole barn garage trick here. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but I got to get all this stuff off anyway in the meantime. So I'm gonna get to scrubbing. It's only been on there for like 387 years, so it should come off pretty easy. Okay, well, I'll be back in like 30 years when I get all that stuff off. All right. Fun update. I actually modified the wrong size nut driver. When you use the right size, you can get it off. So I take back my kudos, and also, yeah, I'm just an idiot. It's fine. Well, grab the old flat razor and some good old elbow grease. About an hour and a half later or so, we got all the DOT tape stripped off. Did find a couple more little speed hole patches, which that's great. We'll have to decide what to do on that. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of the old Goo Gone, go over all the sticky here, and try to get her nice and smooth. Then we'll probably follow up with some abrasive. I got a couple things of Scotch-Brite, maybe even have a wire brush, we'll see. But I'm gonna have to just tackle some of the little bit of rough areas. I want to try to get all the rough end stuff done, so by the time I just pressure wash it, I'm straight ready to paint. So still got to tape and all that, but anyway, right now, Goo Gone, let's go. Well, back at it the next day. Don't even want to talk about how long it took me to get all of that goopy goop off. I was using Goo Gone, but I need like super extra strength Hercules, you know, Zeus powered stuff, because it was awful. Razor blade scraper. Let's not talk about how long it took. Okay, cool. Next day, continuing to prep for paint. Kind of going nuts with a Scotch-Brite right now, trying to rough up this super glossy stuff here so the paint will stick a little bit better. But I'm actually going to probably zip out some of the little holes. So that's probably going to be a little bit of a booger, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to probably bend this whole thing out so I can kind of grind that thing off and re-weld it to it. But got some old sheet metal from my old Ranchero, another project on the channel. We'll just keeping the feet moving. Almost had a Scotch-Brite, so when I'm out of that thing, I'll go get some more, and then I'll probably start the cutting and stuff like that. But keeping the feet moving. Old scuff and shoot, but we're working on it. All right, I got all the sides and everything like that scuffed with a rough Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna have to, there's a lot of water scale all over it. I'm gonna have to either do an abrasive there, which I don't want to do Scotch-Brite because it's rough and diamond plate, but I'm gonna have to do something there, maybe an aggressive cleaner or something to try to get the water stuff off. But I'm gonna switch gears just a little bit and head to patching some of these tiny little rust holes. We can block the sun for you, maybe. The sun is really doing sun things. Kind of see that I marked it off just a bit. I got a little bit of sheet metal. Shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm gonna cut this out real quick. Use that piece that I cut out as my template and see what I can do. Got her fitted intact. A little thinner gauge metal. UBI. Death by 1,000 tacks. Admittedly, I'm worried that I didn't leave enough room for the weld to go because I butt welded it a little too tight. So I'm a little nervous to find when I grind it down, but let's grind it down and see how bad it is. Okay. Well, I got a little greedy on that. I definitely should have left a little more gap for the weld to go, so I got some cracks. Tried to keep filling them and whatnot, and then I just ended up grinding too much and blowing through it, so it ain't perfect. I'm not worried about the structure of it, it's fine, but I'm gonna have to use some icing and cover that up. But lesson learned on using super thin sheet metal. Definitely learned a pretty good lesson here, and won't do that again, but it'll be fine for this intents and purposes. You won't even be able to see it once I get the icing on. I'm just gonna rattle can it to cover it up as I got more stuff to do before I paint and don't want it to rust. Next day, I'm real tired. We gotta do some exploration here. This thing does curl underneath a little bit, but that don't look so good. That should be all right. I'm actually gonna leave this a little bit I did cut a little bit of a jagged edge, but that was going to result in a little bit of a bigger gap. I'll just leave it so I have something to weld to. That should be all right. Your boy's learning. On to the next one. I didn't really take it before, but in a previous video you saw a little hole there, or maybe it was in this one, I'm not sure. But there were some holes there. I had to check out the old wheel there because the mount for it, or the support, was right there. So I took the wheel off to get it there and cut it out, but we got it. We got her out of there, you know. Don't you worry about that little guy. He'll be okay. Well, that'll work. Yeah, I'd rather be building hot rods right now. But you know, I'm also pretty dang grateful that I get to perfect my craft, or, you know, work on these skills that will help me with the things I want to be doing. I got a Ford Ranchero right now. It's got a ton of rust repair. You guys might have seen it on my channel. I don't know what I'm doing over there, but I get to learn by doing this. So even though I would rather be doing something else, I'm super thankful that what I do have to do helps me gain skill sets that will help me with what I want to be doing. So there's always a silver lining. If you're doing something right now that you absolutely hate, or all you can think about is what you actually want to be doing, what are you doing now that is going to help you with what you actually want to be doing? What can you gain from what you have to be doing that will help you in other areas of your life? Because there's always a silver lining. And if you can't see it, you just haven't thought about it enough yet. If you really can't find it, make one. Because there's always a silver lining. You just have to be willing to see it. Just saying. Well, I still got some learning to do, but that sure is a whole lot better. We'll get her covered with some icing and wet patch panel. Took out the needle scaler because there was just a little bit of bubbles. Shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna be doing this forever. Well, it's the next day. Worked real late last night, got the outside stuff done. Now for the underneath. These little cross braces that aren't structural as well. Some of them are real bad. I already started pulling them out. I honestly only had to grind out like 2 of them because they just pulled out with a crowbar. So it's the thinnest metal under here, so I kind of get it. I think I pulled out 11 or 12 thus far. I'm just kind of going around and cleaning a little bit around it. Gonna get some more of these bars later today and slapped in. And then I'm gonna acid treat all of this scale so that we can undercoat this trailer. How many hours do I have into this project? Way too many, but okay. Well, basically didn't film it all yesterday because I was too busy. But I put in 12 of them there crossbars. Essentially just took out the ones that were like basically completely rusted out. Realistically, most of them should have been replaced, but that one's like, all right. So Stevie Wonder came in and did the welding for me. It may not be pretty, but it gonna hold, you know what I'm saying? That took a great long time. That's what I did yesterday for like 11 hours. Now I've been scuffing the top with a grinder and a spinning disc of Fury that has needles on it. Trying to get some of the scaling off and a little bit of the rust spots. I'll probably treat them with rust reformer. There's just a ton of little spots. The metal on top's actually in pretty dang good shape. No soft spots or nothing. But this is a mission there. All of that basically has been scuffed. You can see a little bit, you know, like here has, but right there hasn't. So looks a little different. I'm having to switch to a smaller grinder. Was using a big 60 volt guy, but she's just chewing on them there batteries. So I don't have a corded one. But any hoosers, that's what I'm doing. And then I'll pressure wash, and we still got to treat the rust underneath, but I'll show you what I'm going to do for that. Well, I skipped ahead quite a bit because I was absolutely just thrashing. Used a lot of that Pour 15 acid or whatever, and coated the whole entirety of the underneath. That stuff there is like spicy water, spicy Febreze. It's, you know, burns the nostrils a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But kind of waiting on this to dry. I just pressure washed it. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Been at it for an hour or so, finishing up that, treating that rust. But as soon as this here dries, we're gonna get ready to do some painting. But I got it all propped up so I can ideally be able to crawl out under there decent enough. Waiting for the last bit of the water to dry up there, and probably gonna get after it. Gonna be my weapon of choice. $40 hauler from Hobo Freight. I got an extra thinner and stuff like that. Got a bunch, but went to this local hardware place and they had this Exo Rust. It's got a built-in primer apparently, direct to metal. But looking on the back, you actually don't even have to thin it. Might return that, we'll find out. But I got one of them breather guys. Should be okay. And even got one of them protective suits. Just because, you know, I did pressure wash underneath that joker there, and probably gonna have to roll around in a bit. So we'll see. I may not, haven't decided yet, but got it if we need it. As soon as that stuff dries up, we're gonna get this. I got a whole bunch of hose because I gotta go from There's a nozzle inside there, all the way over there. So I'm only gonna be running, I don't know, 100, 150 feet of hose. Should be all right. Well, one coat done, top and bottom. I only took a gallon, so, okay. There it is. Didn't film a whole crap ton because I was under an insane deadline, but got her sprayed with a couple coats. Got some of the dot tape. I mean, if you squint, it's just absolutely mint. But put lipstick on this here pig. About to get her listed up on the for sale, you know. Now, normally when I do videos, I show you the work, you know, put you on the old time lapse, talk my way through it. Stuff like this, these little side projects are a bit different because I'm under a crazy deadline, and that's why I just did kind of little updates. But let me know if you like them in the comments. I'll keep doing these little side things, but got a million more little things to do on the side. However, next week, back to filming on some of my projects that y'all have seen on this channel, so stay tuned for that. But for now, Little Luck Garage, out.